The difference between our firm and many other firms is they simply don't have the strength that we have. To try a case means to dedicate a whole group of people towards that trial. Not just the trial attorney, but the prep people, the law people, everybody that's involved in putting on a trial production. And if you do that, and if the insurance companies understand that you're willing to take a case to trial, they will pay you a different amount of money than they will pay a law firm that just shows up or just makes telephone calls. And it's our job to maximize the recovery for each and every one of our clients. Every insurance company knows who we are. They know they have a choice. They can pay me now a reasonable amount of money, or they can take the case to trial and we will try to beat their brains in. And that's simple. And that's a fact that everybody knows. Judges know that, court officers know that, everybody in this industry knows that. And that's why we are successful. When you are around this long, you learn how to take every case and maximize its value. You know when you need an engineer, you know when you need an expert, you know when you need an economist, a vocational expert, and whatever you need, doctors, engineers, you have to have the money to pay for it, and we do.
When a client comes into our office after being injured in an automobile accident, they're usually very distraught and don't know what their rights are. We protect them here, and we make sure that they're protected the same way the insurance companies are. Our clients who are injured in a car accident are entitled to have all of their medical bills paid for any injuries sustained in that accident. If a client has to miss any time from work, they're entitled to be repaid and receive lost earnings for the time they're out of work. And usually clients are very, very upset. They're very emotional, and they need a hand to hold and somebody to guide them. And I'm very happy that we can do that for our clients here. We've handled thousands and thousands of automobile cases for our clients. And we make sure that they get everything they are entitled to. Again, the insurance companies have thousands of attorneys working for them 24/7. And we're able to do that too, give that 24/7 guidance and assistance to our clients to make sure they're getting the proper medical treatment, to make sure that for the rest of their lives they're going to be protected. Especially when somebody injures something like their neck or their back. It's not as obvious as you see somebody walking around with a cast on. Spinal injuries, neck and back injuries don't heal. They're permanent, and our clients suffer with those for the rest of their lives. And it's important that they have attorneys fighting for them who understand that, understand the nature of a neck and back type of injury, and understand that these injuries will last forever, and we have to make sure our clients get the compensation they're entitled to for those injuries. And I'm very proud of the fact that we do that on a daily basis and have been for many years for our clients here.
I have a personal interest in construction site accident cases because it goes back to when every boy was a little boy. You walked upon a construction site, you looked up, you saw these workers putting up giant steel, building these giant buildings, digging these giant holes in the ground with big machinery. It's what every little kid likes to watch. And thankfully for me, that's translated into what I do now. But what I'm more aware of now is exactly how dangerous those construction sites are. New York State has special rules that protect construction site workers, and they're very detailed. There are special rules for any worker that works on a roof, a scaffold, or at any type of height. Workers are constantly getting hurt at construction sites because general contractors responsible for safety do not do what they're supposed to do. They don't put up the proper netting, they don't put up proper lanyards, they don't put up harnesses. What they're interested in is saving money. I take a lot of personal satisfaction in ultimately settling construction site accident cases, because implicit in the settlement, when my injured construction worker is paid money because of the injuries they should never have suffered in the first place, implicit in that settlement is an acknowledgement that that general contractor or building owner responsible for safety did something wrong.
We see clients all the time who have been injured on premises, so buildings and property of other people, and it's a very unique area of law in many ways, because the job that we face, the task at hand, is demonstrating that there's liability for a condition on that land. People trip and fall on property and they say, well, I fell on somebody's property and therefore it should be easy for me to just simply bring a claim, and it's not always the case. Proving that the landowner was on notice or that the landowner created the condition is a chore, is a task. We pull out all the stops to make sure we exhaust every possible piece of information that we can accumulate so that we can prosecute our clients' claims. We are in this business for many years, and we understand how pain can affect somebody. And making sure that while they're suffering that pain and we're collecting their medical records, we're making sure they're being seen by specialists who can come to court, who can support the evidence in the case, showing why that client is feeling the pain. Most importantly, I think, is the fact that we make sure we explain to our clients every step of the way what we're doing, what we're trying to achieve on their behalf, and making sure that somebody's fallen on somebody's property, our clients are going to get the recovery they deserve.
Here at the Sanders firm, we represent patients and families of patients who have been victims of medical negligence. Families come to us because they've been to doctors where they expect to be cured, to get better, to improve, and instead they get worse. That can be at hospitals, that can be doctors' offices, that can be nursing homes. Patients who go into nursing homes are the most vulnerable in our society. Families trust the nursing homes to take care of them, so patients who are victims of abuse, victims of neglect, are especially vulnerable. Those patients are patients that need the most help. With my experience having represented hospitals and nursing homes, I know what the insurance companies are going to do to try to hide the information. The most gratifying moment for me in practicing at the Sanders firm is that moment when we get compensation for victims of medical negligence, for the families who have lost loved ones, for people who are injured. It's just a great feeling to close that out and get that compensation.